All right, welcome to Decision Day 2017, St. Barnabas Grade School. Let's get up for St. Barnabas Grade School. We got a phenomenal group of student athletes here. We're ready to find out what everyone's decision is for high school. I know the whole country, Illinois, and certainly the South Side of Chicago is desperately waiting to hear what's going to happen with these young men. So first, we're actually signing a 2017 National Letter of Intent, which three-star football and basketball player Kevin Murphy is going to hold up for Mr. Somerville for the camera and read to us.
On this day, November 29, 2017, the undersigned signifies their intention to attend blank high school for school year 2018-2019. The undersigned acknowledges that there was no extraordinary or undue influence, monetary or otherwise, put upon them by street agents, parents, coaches, grade school, high school, or college, and that they are making this decision being of sound mind, body, and spirit. The undersigned also agrees to complete in high school to their fullest ability and potential and reflect the superior coaching and parenting they have received in grade schools. By signing below, the undersigned accepts full responsibility for their decision and will absolutely not divulge in any social media outlet or verbally the contents of this meeting or any teammate letters to the general public. I state your name. Agree to the terms and conditions listed above and set forth in this agreement and promise to make St. Barnabas proud.
All right, welcome back to 2017 National Signing Day at St. Barnabas Gym. First up, we have real Catholic League blue blood family. Dan White has two brothers and a father that played at St. Rita, Mount Carmel, and De La Salle. And I think it's anyone's guess where he ends up today. Another two-sport athlete. He's a 4-star recruit in football and basketball, and everyone expects great things from White at the high school level. The book on White is intelligence. He's a systems guy. He can fit in a variety of needs on the playing field, and I think we may have a surprise pick on our hands here today, as Dan has said he wants to chart his own course.
I am taking my talents to Brother Rice High School.
Brother Rice High School wins the Dan White lottery. Congratulations, Dan White and family, on all your hard work. What a momentous day we have here, and we're going to do a little banter back and forth here, but it's a momentous day, and Dan, do you have anything to say in addition to where you're going to high school?
I'd just like to thank my coaches.
There you go. Well said, young man, well said. Okay, so Dan's such a special talent, he's actually joining me in the booth as my color commentator for the rest of the evening here. So Dan, please step up. And this next player, he doesn't need much introduction. One of the best talents on the South Side. And this is a selection that all of Chicago has been waiting for. Matt Somerville. He's a top basketball player on the Nike and Under Armour circuit. A lot of schools were in the mix for this student athlete.
I think St. Florence had that early lead, but Brother Rice and St. Ignatius really stepped up their game in the end. We hear the last official visit to Ignatius could be the difference. Let's find out the result.
Somerville, the pick is?
Next fall, I will be attending St. Ignatius College Prep.
St. Ignatius! Congratulations, young man. We'll look forward to seeing you St. Ignatius. How about a handshake? Our next selection is Kevin Murphy. Two-sport athlete in football and basketball, and he likes to play mind games with his teachers and parents. He had a big showing in the football all-star game where his stock rose considerably, and he's ranked as a 3-star recruit.
Well, Coach, he will bring up the GPA at any school he goes to, and this could be a legacy pick as all of his brothers attend one school.
And the selection is?
For the fall, I decided to follow all of my fellow siblings and attend Brother Rice High School.
Brother Rice High School. Congratulations, young man. Good luck with Brother Rice.
Any words you want to say?
Anything else you want to say?
I think Brother Rice will help me continue my dream to go into the league and play next to stars such as Steph Curry and LeBron James.
All right. Wow, this has been an action-packed evening already, folks. I can't tell you the Twitter fair, or whatever Twitter fair is blowing up right now. Trending is Murphy Somerville, and our next fella, Billy the Tank Ryan. Tank is a 4-star recruit, and it looks like he'll focus on football in high school. He's got Catholic League ties through several generations, but we hear Marist High School has really put a strong push towards the end.
Let's not forget his ties to Marist, as his older sister goes there. I would not be surprised with any decision here, Coach.
And the decision is?
I would like to take my abilities to St. Rita High School.
St. Rita's the winner there. There you go. Look at this young man. Congratulations, young man. Good luck next year. Well, I tell you what, Dan, we've got a lot of two-sport athletes here. We have some three-sport athletes. This next fellow is another two-sport athlete. He's attracted attention from a host of schools. Damian Hall. Damian? Yeah. His football club has produced some of the top talent in Chicago, and a lot of folks are curious about this selection.
You're right about that, Coach. Damien has two sports star written all over him, and whatever school gets him will be a winner.
And the selection is?
St. Rita High School.
I'll tell you what, Brother Rice and St. Rita are clearing up in the early going here. Congratulations, Damian. Good luck in high school. All right. This next fella, been talked about for a long time. There's been whispers of awe about George Herman Ruth Balecki since he was a T-bomber knocking down homers over the fence at Beverly Park. A 5-star recruit in baseball. A lot of people are realizing this kid can hoop it up too.
There's a legacy play here too, but Brother Rice has made a huge impression on the family, and I'd say it's up in there, Coach.
And the selection is?
I'd like to take my talents to 115th and Pulaski and go to Marist High School.
Marist High School, congratulations, George. George comes from a fine family. Good luck in your first year of high school.
Good job.
Our next selection, Anthony McGuire, has been a fixture on the gridiron in Harvard for some time. Another two-sport athlete. He's a 4-star recruit in football and basketball, and he's coveted for his toughness, and he has Catholic League ties to several schools.
This team has a lot of interest in right across the board. Should be interesting to see where he ends up.
And the selection is? Whoa, he's got a surprise for us! What?
I'm going to take my talents to St. Lawrence.
All right, good luck in high school, young man. Good luck in your first year. Well, folks, we're down to our final athlete. There's been a crush of excitement that's been building around this next student athlete. A 5-star recruit in football, basketball, and baseball, Jack Lausch. Let's clap it up. Lausch has rewritten the record books in the Southside Catholic football, and he's one of the most sought-after recruits from the Southside in a long time.
He is a game breaker, Coach, a real assassin on the field, and there has been huge interest for him. A lot of draft rooms on the south and west sides of Chicago. After official visits, I think we have Mount Carmel, Brother Rice, and Marist are the finalists, but we'll have to wait for the selection.
And folks, before we get that selection, we have a word from our sponsor.
Frankie's Pizza.
All right, welcome back to Decision 2017. And I know we all bait a breath on the final decision here, but before we do that, we have a question for each of the players. We'll start with Mr. White. There's two questions, actually. What drew you to the school of your choice? in 10 years from now, where do you think you'll be?
What brought me to Brother Rice was when I shadowed there. I loved it, and it was my best chance to play football and basketball.
And where do you think you'll be 10 years from now?
The NFL, playing for Chicago Bears.
All right, Chicago Bears. I'm gonna pass the mic down as we go here, so we're not moving around. So first question again, what drew you to your school of choice, and where will you be 10 years from now? Damian Hall.
What drove me to St. Rita was when I shadowed, I felt home. Also, I love the football coaches, showed me so much respect. And in 10 years, I'll see myself in the NFL.
All right.
I like St. Rita because when I shadowed there, I fell in love with it. You know, the football coaches gave me respect, and I liked it. And in 10 years, I would like to be in the NFL, playing for the Chicago Bears along with Danny White.
All right.
I chose Marist because I've been going to the camps. I loved it. Shadowing was really fun. I love the family-like atmosphere, and can't wait to be a part of it. And 10 years from now, I see me playing in the MLB.
Any doctors or lawyers there?
What really drew me to Brother Rice was its great atmosphere, and I think my siblings had a lot of influence on the high school that I chose, which is Brother Rice. And in 10 years from now, if I'm not in the NFL, I want to be a doctor and cure many different stages of cancer.
That's pretty awesome.
I chose St. Ignatius because academics, it's in the middle of downtown. We did a lot of, what's it called?
Fun?
Fun down there, and it's fun being downtown and everything, and well, my sisters went there.
All right.
In 10 years, I'm gonna be in the NBA, play for the Los Angeles Lakers, no doubt. Anybody that don't believe me, shut up.
The reason I chose St. Lawrence was when I shadowed, it felt like a second home. I like the sport-wise, I like all the coaches, and for the most important reason, it had the best lunch out of any other high school.
All right. And where will you be 10 years from now?
Probably be an athlete. I don't know what sport yet.
All right, pass that mic back down. All right, folks, welcome back to Decision 2017. And we have our final decision here from, it's a great group of athletes, great group of students, and overall great group of kids. So Jack Lausch, he's had time to think about it. He's rolled it over with his parents, I'm sure. And let's hear what his decision is.
I know there are a lot of good schools for me to choose from, and I know I have a lot of opportunity at all three of them, but I felt that the place I feel most at home is at 99th and Pulaski. Last year,
Sons, good luck on your first year of high school. You did great. Well, that about wraps it up, Dan, for 2017. Any kind of overall comments on the group? Anything you'd like to say to the fans out all across America watching this telecast?
You better watch all their first games, playing against each other, because this could be a great matchup.
Fantastic. Coach, we'd like to make a special guest up here. Coach Bill White. Coach all these fellows in football and basketball. Coach, you got anything you'd like to say to this group as they embark upon their careers in high school?
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to coach you guys. You guys are a great bunch of kids. I love all of you, and I wish you the best of luck in high school. And you all make great choices, so good luck to you.
Fantastic. All right, so fellas, that's a wrap on Decision 2017. Let's get some music out. We're going to have a little practice before we go beat the crap out